Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Wasteland 3. So I was looking at our mission log here. I drove us back to base, I got everybody healed up, I field stripped a bunch of weapons, sold all of our junk. And then I was looking at this to decide whether I wanted to even go see the fifth person for this headhunter mission. We're not going to try to force anybody to go back to the Jamboree. People who are willing to go back there and be part of the massacre, that's not on me. You might say, SB, that's basically ranger entrapment. And I would say, yeah, that's fine. It's legal here. But we're not going to, if the Darryls don't want to go back and be part of the thing, we're certainly not going to force them. So we're not actually going to be able to turn in this quest. We're probably not going to get our power armor. Something tells me we will be okay without it. But while I was in the mission log, I realized we don't have credit for the psychopath yet because, of course, the Patriarch wants to talk to us post-arrest. So that's where we are now. I have brought us to the Patriarch's throne. Let's have a quick chat and hopefully a real cool reward. And then we'll get back out there on the road. We'll go deal with the Jamboree. And then we'll meet with the person who claims that they are Angela Death and see if, in fact, that is actually the case.
Have you found victory yet, Rangers?
Yeah. In many ways, I have, in fact.
Tell me.
Does he really not know already? Well, we've dealt with your son.
Dealt with? How?
We captured him.
Good. He's done enough damage as it is. He was my heir, if you can believe it, until I realized he was never going to grow out of hurting people. Exiling him was the best of two bad options. The families wanted his head. Still...
First of all, I'm not sure that is, in fact, the best of the two bad options. It sounds like the other one, maybe perfectly reasonable. Secondly, notice that he's eliding many other options that could perhaps have taken place earlier, before all of the stuff that prompted the exiling.
Anyway, I promised you a reward. Here it is.
A caltrop launcher that we definitely already had unlocked? Maybe it's a different caltrop launcher.
Now, what else?
That's a great question. Maybe I have some questions for you.
Talk then.
Do I? I don't see that there's a lot of point in, we're still trying to play as though we are on his side, right? So, I guess I don't want to say any of this stuff.
Fine.
Let's back it up. We found a poke action figure in Aspen. Does it match the peak one we already have?
Huh. Never thought I'd see those two together again. Think I still got the stand somewhere. I'll send it over to Ranger HQ so you can show them off.
Okay, so it's just going to be a thing for our museum. I was kind of hoping that we would find somewhere in the house the stand and we'd put the two figures on it and it would open like a secret door or something.
Here's a little something for finding them. Brings back
okay, fancy armor. And a peek and poke. Oh, you know what? That might challenge the disco bot. It very well might. Do I have other things to report? I guess we could tell him that. We're certainly not going to tell him this. I don't think this is going to help at all. This seems like it's probably a thing that we want to keep on our... Keep close to our chest for the moment.
Fine.
I don't know that it helps us to be giving the Patriarch any kind of information here.
Just a minute. I have a private facility where I keep politically sensitive prisoners. It was raided recently. Know anything about that?
See, so this one's tricky.
One of my highest value prisoners is dead, and I'd like to know how that happened.
Yeah, this is tricky because in a setting where people... in a setting where the rules of the world make any kind of sense and people behave in an intelligent way, I would have to assume he is laying a trap for us here, right? Because we broke in there in broad daylight and everybody in Broadmoor Heights saw us go in there and then heard all of the gunfire. But the fact that there weren't a bunch of his men waiting for us when we came out the only exit, and as such, they knew exactly where we would be, suggests to me that maybe somehow he doesn't actually know that was us. So... I'm gonna lie about it, I guess? Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
I see. I hope I don't find out otherwise, Rangers. I don't like being lied to.
Well, you and I are gonna have a conversation in a few hours here. Yeah, there's zero chance that he is not... There's no way for the thing to have happened the way it happened, and for it to be the case that anyone in Colorado Springs doesn't know about it, right? Alright, sorry about the jump cut, but the game crashed trying to load out of the Patriarch's Mansion, and I figured, you know what, this is a good opportunity to skip some tedious driving. So we're back here at the Cannibal Jamboree, and before we go getting into trouble, because we are definitely going to get into some trouble here, let's take a look at the rewards from that quest. First of all, we got some level ups, so let's talk about level ups. What were we driving her toward? Probably Expert Disassembler. I did just disassemble a bunch of stuff, so it's a little bit of a shame that I forgot that I should hold on to it until we get this, but also, we have enough resources at this point that I'm not really worried about the amount of scrap we're making. I think we are just going to go ahead and grab something else, probably. Yeah, we really don't need the extra scrap. She stands far enough away from combat that I don't know that evasion's the most important thing, but I also think, I guess crit resistance. Like, most of the time when one of our characters goes down, it's because they got crit for their entire health pool. So I guess crit resistance is good, seems good. And then we'll grab some of this, and... she now has 5 skill points built up. Are we capping weird science? Is there not a book? Did we not have a book for this? I assume there isn't, or I would have read it already. Which thing looks like science? None of these. None of these look like science. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and cap that. And then we'll push... I don't know. Something. We'll push something from here. Alright, who else has level up? Jim just has partial... Well, I mean, do we want Small Arms 9? Do we even care? I don't think we care. I think we are, in fact, just taking leadership here. Alright, that was straightforward. Ringer's just on half a level. We're waiting for another level up for more skill points, right? Let's get some more intelligence for you. And more Animal Whisperer, right? There we go. Now she can get even better pets. And Lucia is also probably just sitting on part of a level. Well, actually, Lucia's weapon skill is low enough, though. Okay, no, we do need more than 3 skill points to bump it. Alright, we got a piece of orange outlined armor. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't go through our weapons. You can see we got a lot of weapon mods from that field stripping that I was doing. We should probably... I'll figure that out after the episode. This. A heavy hydraulic exoskeleton that provides significant protection to the wearer as well as increases their effective physical strength. So it's another piece of weird science strength armor. 27 armor with 20% melee damage. And... Smash the ground below you, stunning any targets nearby. Healing, 0% of max con? Why is there... I wonder if... this must be bugged, right? Either this line's not supposed to be here, or there's supposed to be a number there that's not a 0. That seems pretty damn good, though. So we have legs that are like that, too, right? What are these? Okay, those I care less about. It is only 3 points of weird science. You have a ton of strength, right? We kept your strength. Man, maybe we should actually just buy him 3 points of weird science. Because it'll be a really significant increase in his damage bonus. Or in his melee damage output. I think we're going to. Sorry, that's not the button. Let's give him that and then go ahead and apply these fancy pieces of melee damage armor. And you know, honestly, that helmet kind of looks like it could be part of the thing. There's that pipe running out of it that goes into the back of the armor very naturally. So let's throw some stuff in here real quick. Well... because we don't really have a lot of options as far as armor pieces go. And what about this? I would like that accelerator skeleton. I guess we'll just give him viscoelastic plates. It is a little bit of a shame that we don't have any leg modifications that improve movement speed. It's a little harder to get armor mods because you can get so many weapon mods by just field stripping your guns, but you can't do the same with armor. And I should sell off a bunch of our extra armor as well. But hey, that's pretty good, right? That's probably pretty good. And we may well make some significant use of that here. You tell him, Cowboy Val, and by them I mean us, I guess. Oh, sorry, everyone together. Because you know the game's going to yell at us if I don't.
As it is, it gets more tender.
Okay, so is this another situation where... No, in fact, there are not multiple guns overlooking. Alright, I think there's a pretty good chance that Roland Giff is going to... Our conversation with Roland Giff is about to end in a fight. So why don't we just have Brass... Oh, wait, okay, apparently we're going to get the power armor anyway. It's just behind a door that requires a lockpick 9 check. Yeah, we'll get in there. It won't be an issue. You think they're going to yell at me if I just disable this now? Probably, right? Let's see. Nope, they just let you do that. Huh. Well, they shouldn't. Okay, let's just position people sort of around the room. Looks like there's not anybody over here. This would be a good place for Lucia to set up. They should probably be suspicious of the thing that I am doing right now. Who's staying down here? I'm a little worried that people are not going to get the extra AP from Jim. Let's have Jim... Jim will be the one who does the talking. Quan should be in the open, but also in a raised position. And then that leaves Ringer down here. We probably want Ringer up top as well, just because most of the things that we're going to be fighting are probably up top. Or I guess there's going to be a bunch of stuff running in from the door, I bet. Ringer can stay right where he is. Alright, let's have a chat with Roland Giff.
Well, howdy, partners. What's cooking?
Well, we found Larry. Turns out he's been dead for a while. Here's proof. Sorry about the smell. I'm wondering if we're going to get, like, little bits of rewards here.
That's a pity. Larry was the smart one. I appreciate you going to the trouble to dig him up. You got anything else for me?
Okay, so it looks like probably we're not going to get anything unless we actually bring everybody back. And the Darryls don't want to come back, so that's not happening. You know what?
Help yourself to some barbecue and enjoy the jamboree.
I'm gonna see if they'll just let me take this. They let me destroy their sentry gun, so...
That's my workshop. You see that pitmaster suit? Bring those deserters back, and you can have it. But I'd appreciate it if you kept out of there.
Okay, I think it's probably time to just launch then. So... We have no combat option in dialogue, but also it's probably not how we would want to start. So who opens? Is it Jim? It's probably Jim. I think we're just gonna put the put the cannibal jamboree out of business because it's a little bit of a safety hazard for the rest of the area. The prion disease is alone, so I'm just waiting for this guy to walk elsewhere. Does he get over near where Brass is standing? That's fine. He can stop right there. Yo, pretty solid open. Red Ear Jim. Alright, Jim, do that thing you like to do. Do that thing where you yell. Okay, it looks like it affected people kind of all over the place. Does the car really have much of a role here? Yes, it does. Oh, that's a shame. Leaving a whole bunch of people barely alive. Okay. It's a solid open. Do we want to have Skelly just shoot this thing? It feels appropriate. It feels like she would want to shoot the thing that's going to explode. That's in character. Managed to set herself on fire with her launcher again. The problem is she loves fire so much she keeps looking into the barrel of the thing. Alright, she is about to have her strike, which is a pretty powerful one. Jim, you don't really have a play. I probably should have moved him back a step. Whatever, too late now. So... I don't really want to move into cover, but we gotta find a position from which it's gonna let me shoot these people on the ground. Let's try standing right here. There it is. And did you know Quan's feeling lucky? Alright, do we want to just take cover? Grenades are only 3s. This still shocks people. We could just throw the grenade down there and hit the last 2. It's probably not worth it. Just take cover for the moment. Alright, Ringer's got some punches to throw. His job should be real straightforward. Yep, just casual, you know. I don't know what the camera's doing. Oh, okay. Apparently, for some reason, in the middle of my turn, a bunch of guys spawned. This is not a great play on their part, in my opinion. Yeah, he was already arguably the most powerful member of the party. He is now, I think, inarguably the most powerful member of the party. And there's a lot of other good stuff going on. So I guess the question is, do we have Ringer start running this way to help deal with this stuff? Or... the car's got it under control, probably. Let's just close on the ladder. Alright, well you guys should probably have waited until a little bit later here. I think I'm just gonna slam over here, torrent strike those dudes. Jesus. And then my thinking was I might throw a turret out, but honestly, it feels very unnecessary. Alright, now all we got left is Lucia, and Lucia has enough AP to fire twice, but not enough, she's not close enough, sadly. Well, I guess let's just run over to here and give these guys the best we can. I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting them to hold up a little bit better. The rest of the enemies in the area. Yeah, gee, I wonder.
Taking damage.
Yeah, the card's got 54 armor. You're gonna have to do a little better than that. Well, it tells you a lot about the quality of Jim's cover that the med dart was able to get through there. That's not great. I don't know why the car only has 4 AP this turn, but it's fine. So the entrance seems very under control, I would say. And this seems like a great time to save some ammo. Alright, how much does it cost to do that? Where's that ability? Okay, it's in the equipment area. AP 4 to do Earthquake. Interesting. It's hard to justify, I think. You know, 4 AP is so much damage that you're missing out on. Even in situations where you're not directly comparing it to the strike. Lucia, do you have this dude? Can we just end this? Sure can. And then, I guess from there, all we can really do is head back toward the entrance. Seems pretty straightforward to me. I really wish that there was a way that we could spend a little bit of AP to to deal with the fire. It's not great for Skelly to be always on fire. I mean, clearly it's not doing that much damage to her. But it does feel like if anybody's good at stop, drop, and roll, it should be her. Then again, maybe she views it as like a terrible waste. Yeah, I went to all the trouble to start this fire. Why would I want to just put it out? It does make me nervous though when she's running around like past oil drums and stuff. Quan, I bet, can actually attack. Yeah, Quan can totally actually do something here. So, looks like we're gonna get our no cover bonus pretty much everywhere. Does make me a little nervous about where he's going to stand after the shooting, though. Well, I guess let's just run over here and get the shot, and we'll figure it all out later. Or maybe we won't. It's fine. Quan's tough. Alright, yeah, run back to here. Why not? So keep in mind, he only has cover from the wrong direction there. Brass similarly unconcerned about being on fire.
I'm back.
I have no idea how the animal companions scale, like if they're receiving any of our stats or anything. But that cat is fighting way above the weight that I was expecting it to fight at. I guess I didn't really need to care too much about the sentry gun, because we would have been able to just have Brass run up and turn it off this turn anyway. Yeah, Ringer really needs more combat speed. He needs some leg modifications that'll get him where he's going. Let's have Jim step up and just drop this guy, which I imagine should be a pretty simple task. Because boy oh boy, we got some powerful guns at this point in the game. And then what's left? Is it just... yeah, it's just Cowboy Stefan here. Can I can't see him from anywhere? Oh, no bullets in gun, right. Okay, I can have at him from right here, and in a pretty convincing fashion as well. Alright, hopefully we have saved some people from getting hunted and eaten. And may as well cap out your speed. Juan's doing a lot of running lately. And you're not... oh no, you did also actually level. Well, let's just keep pushing sniper rifles. And... we're probably not going to actually get use out of concentration all that often, but I also don't know that it's worth taking anything else for her. Ooh, chain ambush is kind of fun. Yeah, we'll just grab this for right now. What was she working on? Luck? Just pushing crit. Intelligence also pushes crit, right? Yeah. 2 points of crit chance per point, except for that last point, which is worth a ton, as always. I don't know if it's better to do luck or intelligence, but what I do know is that the game is not going to push us hard enough for the mathematical difference to matter. It has become clear to me that we get to pretty much just do whatever we want here. Any game that has a leveling system that works this way, that's going to be the case. The players who actually do all the quests are just gonna out-math everything so hard. These guys have some real bad loot. Okay, that's a good gun. It's almost like they did not expect to get murdered. Which I think would be a strange... I mean, maybe it's true, but... again, they're hunting and eating people. Am I allowed to not take that? I'm not going to take it. I'm going to not take the key because I want the XP for lockpicking the gate. Jim, get to it. Jim isn't super far off of another level. This suit of power armor is well maintained, but appears to be missing several major components. No one will be using it anytime soon. So you think. Work in progress plans for the Pitmaster 3000. I bet we could do this. Why not have Jim loot it? Why? Okay. It's fine. Got ourselves a goat cannon. That's a cannon with a goat in it that delivers more than just a headbutt on impact. Okay, well, I mean, I'll take... I didn't even look at what that other thing was. Probably shoulda. It was a goat's tail. Okay, so is it not going to let me fix up the armor myself? It had to be... the cannibal is the only person who could possibly have done this. Turbocharger. Unfortunately not available for us because we have the bad AI. That's a shame. A lot of stuff is locked by the fact that we went to that encounter just a little bit early. This dumpster is full of charred bones, frozen bags of intestines, and used napkins. I might not even mention the napkins, you know. In that situation, I feel like there's other stuff going on there that maybe is a little more important to focus on. So, it looks like there's not actually anything going on up here. I guess this is just a place where there were some guys hiding out waiting for the shooting to start. Maybe we can get inside here? I mean, listen, like I said before, if we can't get the power armor, I'm not exactly going to lose any sleep over it. I feel like we're pretty okay at combat as things already are. Found a record player. The record's homemade label reads, Dapper Youthful Cannibals. I get it, because that's like the name of that band, but not exactly like the name of that band. 7 armor and just plus resistances. That's definitely going to be better than somebody's helmet. Although, actually, a lot of our helmets have plus hit chance on them, and I would not be willing to sacrifice like 5% to hit for maybe any armor bonus. It's certainly not a small armor bonus. I think that's the, oh my god, would you guys get over here? I think that's the sticking point for a lot of our armor upgrades, is that, like, a number of our pieces of gear have important non-armor stats, and combat, at least on this difficulty at this point in the game, combat is so offense-focused that it's really hard for me to justify a defensive game that costs us any amount of damage or crit. You know, how often do enemies even survive to fight us? Maybe it's an old recording?
Everything is easier with help from Santa's brew. Breathing in the snow with a rolled up dollar bill. Or the fields of blow, laughing at the thrill. Ha ha ha! A high as yet unknown, making noses bright. What fun to crack another stone, pharmaceutical delights. Opiates, sedatives.
This is so long. What the hell?
Every day is brighter with a bit of Santa.
Shut up button. Click turn off radio. They're really going to do multiple full verses? Jesus Christ. Alright. We're going to go check these things out, and then we're going to meet with what's her face. What are you thinking if you're the guy that they have hired to record this, and you get 90 seconds into the recording and it's still going? Oh, thank God. We found a way to turn it off. Stay the night to recuperate, because one of us is slightly damaged. Alright. That's wild, right? I'm not the only person who thinks that that's like a wild decision. A big problem that this game's humor has is that they never just, like, they make the joke and then they can't stop. They can't stop themselves from just continuing to make the same joke. Okay, there's another thing here. Oh, that's Scorpitron. We could probably take it, but also, why bother? What's it gonna give me that would make it worthwhile? Okay, this is interesting. We found an overhanging rock thingy. Search. Track animals and food. I was kind of hoping we'd find like a cache or something. Okay, so this is interesting. I'm assuming that the people who live in these domes are too smart to come out of them. Yep, I guess that's all that there was here. Boy, just imagine. Imagine all the trouble we could get into in those bubbles. I mean, do we want to just fight the thing? I know it didn't go so well last time, but we're definitely more powerful now, and also we understand better how its attacks work. Maybe it has cool loot. Maybe. Okay, so the cache that we're told exists is like right... Maybe the Scorpitron is the thing. I think the Scorpitron may be the loot that's marked on our map here. Well, I don't really think that there's a lot to gain from getting in a big fight that costs us a bunch of ammo, and more importantly, time. So let's just go engage with Angel of Death. I wouldn't have fought those other dudes if I hadn't thought there was power armor on the line. And I definitely don't think there's power armor on the line this time. So where was Angel of Death going to be? The Hoon Farmstead? This is the wrong button. Yes, Hoon. Okay. I know where that is, approximately. Okay. So we still have no reason necessarily to believe that this person is Angela Death. However, given how much the writers of this game seem to really love bringing things back from the previous game and going, look, oh my gosh, it's that legendary thing from that legendary thing we wrote all those years ago. I'm assuming this will be actually her. It is not clear to me who Angela Death is relative to the Rangers. I'm definitely like missing a whole bunch of story here on account of not having played the previous games. But she seems to want to kill the Patriarch, and I'm down for that. I just want to go about it my way. It would be great if we could secure the supply shipments that he's supposed to be sending back to Arizona, and then we could kill him. That would be 100% optimal. Alright, let's check this out. I do feel bad. I do feel bad for the poor Hoons. I'm hoping that the game will allow us to plan with that level of... I don't want to say nuance necessarily, because that's vastly overstating the complexity of my plan. But, you know, I'm hoping that the game sees a shade of gray in between always defy the Patriarch and always obey the Patriarch. I'm a little worried, given what we've seen so far, that it won't, that we're going to have to decide to either be against him or be for him before we're actually able to secure the shipment, or even before we go after the third kid. Howdy. We got this toaster already, right? We've been pretty thorough about toasters. Yeah. Where is the Angela? That's a waste wolf, who we could probably tame, but to be perfectly honest, a cat is, I think, a reasonable companion for Brass. Nope, that's just the way... Where the hell is... Do we just talk to the Rebel Scout and maybe... Yeah, maybe he has to give the signal. Hey, you.
Colonel Death will be along just as soon as I make sure you're all here. And you haven't brought along any unexpected guests. Can't be too careful these days, right?
So that makes me think that this is going to be an ambush. Right.
Glad we have an understanding. Well, looks like everyone's here who's supposed to be here, so I'll give her a ring. 1 sec. All clear. Come ahead.
Hey now, cowboys. Face to face at last. And just as handsome as I thought you'd be.
I really like these. I wish there were more of these in the game. I assume they're, you know, expensive in terms of tech time, and that's why they're on so many.
Remember when you chose to follow the Patriarch's orders instead of saving those folks Erastus threatened to slaughter? I figured we'd meet here so you could see what was left of him. I know Woodson told you to do Buchanan's bidding, but to my mind, it ain't the Ranger way to help the powerful ahead of the helpless. 'Cause things like this happen. Just something to keep in mind as you hear me out.
Okay, I feel like we're getting lambasted a little bit unfairly here. We were given a choice between saving one group of innocent people just doing their best and saving a different group of innocent people doing their best, and we picked the one that we were already closer to. Like, if we had come here to save the Hoons, we would have just been making a bunch of Arapaho get murdered. I don't feel better about that. That's not, like, morally right. Let's see. Yeah, let's offer to get her high. It looks like your facial scarring makes it difficult to open your mouth. You must be in constant pain. Would you like some meds, or maybe just to talk a whole lot less?
Good eye, Doc. It's definitely put a hitch in my talk box. But no thank you. I got it under control. This and my fake leg are souvenirs from when my chopper got shot out of the sky over Long Beach, California. Good times. But, since you've obviously got the skills to use them, here, I got a few extra med kits on me. Try not to use them all at once.
It doesn't really make a huge amount of sense. Alright, speak of peace.
Thank you, I will. Now, what with you not taking Saul's sons out like I asked, I'm guessing we've got different ideas about how things in Colorado should play out. But I'm still hoping you'll come around, November. So here's the deal. As my friends and I see it, two things gotta happen to save the people of Colorado from tyranny and slaughter. First, Liberty and the gang she's gathered out east have to be eliminated. And second... Shit! Scar collectors. Well, well. Speak of the devil and her minions shall appear. Looks like Liberty overheard our rendezvous call. Guess we'll have to deal with this before we continue.
See, that's cool. That's a cool moment enabled by the first-person conversation thing. I really do wish that there were more of those in the game. Alright, so my guess is... and we've been fighting a lot of Scar Collectors lately. My guess is we got this under control. The damn butchers sure do hit hard, though. Also, it's a bummer that we didn't get to set our people up. Like, even if I had been thinking ahead, which I wasn't, and I had carefully set up for the ambush, it teleported our people in during the conversation with the Rebel Scout, so we still wouldn't have been able to take advantage of any forethought that I had done. Wow. Seems like we may not be needed. Look at Angela. She's like a little rat-eared Jim. You tell him. It is going to be some party. Can't even see what he's fighting. Hopefully it's an important unit. Did he kill it? Or she, I guess. It's a doe. No, she did not kill it. She just decided to fight something else. Well, hopefully the cat will get the job done.
Enemies alerted.
Yes, thank you, Brass. So, this Cyclops up here is definitely an issue. I mean, obviously, let's start with the thing we always start with. Followed by Ringer running out there and punching some people to death. I definitely think this Butcher needs to go, but I also think that Butcher is... we might be best off somebody else doing that. I think we're just going to have Ringer get on this guy. Okay, so that's another Butcher down there. So does it always apply stunned? It says just applies stunned. Okay, it will hit him. So apparently it happens over quite a large area. That's actually pretty interesting. Alright, fine. I'll just punch him to death. Fair enough. Jesus Christ, Ringer. What? I shouldn't be allowed to do that. I guess just get at the top of the ladder and get ready. Alright, Brass probably has this dude dead to rights. Although we have those guys to worry about too. Alright, Jim, can you see anybody? No. Jim never gets to shoot on the first turn. It's a real shame. Boy, we'd have to get really far forward too. I don't know why. So if Jim can't even shoot, let's not have him go next. Alright, actually, you have him right now, don't you? Yeah, okay, just take him. We could hold the crit, but I think we're just gonna go ahead and precision strike this guy's head clean off. Oh. What's he got? 9 health? Lucia, come on. Do I want to shoot one of those guys again? I sort of want to just let other people handle it. We could do him with the pistol, maybe. Yeah. Let's let her get up here, get a more aggressive position. Take that guy down that way, and then this way she can probably shoot at just about anybody next round, provided that there is a next round. So 50% on you. Let's... 13 health? I wonder if it would be worth it to just go for the battle rifle. Because we'll get 3 shots at him, right? And if any one of them hits, it could be, but is not guaranteed to be lethal. Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna not do the nuke. Okay, that's a shame. So I think we are gonna have Brass just push this way a little bit. I'm a little surprised she can fire around the corner like that. And then she could probably just bank. And now the classic Marshal Quan runs out behind everybody else's cover and just totally embarrasses them maneuver. So I'd love for him to be able to get back into cover afterward. I don't know if we're going to get Torrent Strike. I'm going to go for this. We're going to get very, very aggressive. If our free shot opens up Torrent Strike, this is going to be a huge amount of damage, and I feel real good about that. Oh, it was just barely not enough. Alright, come on, lucky free action. Okay, well, I'll take that. Just run back here for right now. I think we have a really, what feels like a really powerful squad, a really powerful set of gimmicks. Boy, where do I want Jim to stand? I'm gonna move Jim to here, I guess? We already have that one doorway covered, and I figured they might fan out a little bit. Alright, this might bode ill for Angela Death. She is awfully close to that frenzied guy. He's fine. Jim's fine.
That will do. Thank you.
Actually, yeah, wow. The Rebel Scout has some very serious first aid. You know, Angela, you're allowed to shoot the same guy more than once. That sure was a trick shot. For a second there, you tricked me into thinking you were even trying. Got him. Oh, I don't know if that's smart. This doe is maybe about to have a real bad time.
Suffer the same fate.
Being mauled to death by a cat? I mean, I suppose it's possible. Okay, turns out the doe's got it under control. I think we're probably going to be ending the battle with a fair number of strikes, just up and prepped for our next thing, which is nice. Alright, it's a solid start. Ringer does a lot of damage. To be perfectly honest with you, he feels a little unfair to me. At this point, I think he's like a little over the line. Alright, this should give us Stormer, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. We're gonna just do normal shots here. I am not interested in spending my strike yet. What a time to be out of ammo. Well, it doesn't much matter. That guy is not surviving the turn. Can we get him with Jim? I'm just thinking Jim's bullets are relatively low value. Can I get him while... Yeah, here we go. 2 chances. Just wait for you to mosey on over here.
As my friends and I see it, 2 things gotta happen to save the people of Colorado from tyranny and slaughter. First, Liberty and the gang she's gathered out east have to be eliminated. Second, and you're gonna love this, the Patriarch's gotta go too.
Yeah, I'm 100%. All of that's good. I've been thinking the same thing.
What? But the Patriarch holds Colorado together. It will be chaos without him.
We have not been filling Lucia in on the plan, so this is probably the first time she's hearing it.
It might be. You're right.
Also, that's not literally not what's happening, right? He is not holding things together. This place is terrible. Have you seen the murder clowns? The number of murder clowns that have festered under his rule?
But the way we see it, possible chaos is better than actual tyranny. And we're hoping that, as Rangers, we'll be able to help mitigate that chaos and give Colorado a chance to live under some honest-to-God rule of law for a change.
And again, the tyranny also is chaos. I feel like we're just sort of like surrendering ourselves to this framing of the tyranny of actual rule versus the chaos of not being iron-fisted, without noticing that the side that has the tyranny on it also has all of the bad parts of the other side. Like there's no case for the tyranny.
And for that, we need your help.
Yeah, I kind of wish we could just tell her that we have this under control. Please step back and let me do it. I'm going to do the thing you want. My concern is if I say not interested here, the game's going to interpret that as I'm not interested in your end goal, not I'm not interested in your help. So we're going to say this one.
Thanks for hearing me out. Let's talk about Liberty first. I've got to hand it to her. Daddy's little girl has done the impossible. She's united the boldest and baddest warlords of the Eastern Plains, and she's getting ready to lead them into Colorado. When she does, well, that'll be the end of this place. Every man, woman, and child from here to the Rockies will be killed, enslaved, or taken as a sacrifice, and their houses and towns burned to the ground. None of us want that, right?
Yes, right.
Glad to hear it. So here's the plan.
I'm shocked that was not a rhetorical question, that she actually wanted us to answer that.
Originally, we hoped you'd help Cordite take control of the gangs again, so he could lead them all off to Kansas and his blood-soaked destiny. But since you dumb sons of bitches couldn't keep the man alive, that's not on the table.
But that's just everyone in Kansas dying. That's not better. That's just problems over there instead of problems here. This is the way that we minimize the number of people who are enslaved and murdered.
I'm guessing our plan B is a lot like the Patriarch's plan A, with one minor difference. Daddy'll want you to go to Liberty's camp, get her warlords to kill each other, then bring her home for a stern talking to. We want all that too, except the part about bringing Liberty home. As far as we're concerned, you can put a little dirt over her and leave her there. Now, I'm guessing y'all have some questions.
I do, but I know that I'm not going to be allowed to ask the ones I actually want to ask. Yep. Because, like, the number one question here is, what do we gain from you inserting yourself into our plan? Okay. So, she already told us what her plan is for the Patriarch. This question shouldn't even be on the list. The answer to this one is fairly obvious. Like, okay. Yeah, I've got an answer.
All right, then. What's it gonna be?
We're definitely not siding with the Patriarch. We're definitely not killing. I don't see any benefit to killing Angela Death. This is the same. These are just a lot of the responses here are the same response. Yes, of course the Patriarch and his kids need to be stopped. That was my plan the whole time.
What? Whew, there's a load off my mind. Thank you. You're gonna make all the difference. Now here's the location of Liberty's camp. Be careful when you get close. The gangs don't care much for strangers, and even less for Rangers.
Hey, that rhymes.
You mustn't do this, Rangers. Please. I am sympathetic to your cause, but I am still a loyal subject of the Patriarch. If you follow this path to its conclusion, I shall have no choice but to oppose you.
Good luck sorting it out, cowboys. We'll talk again when Liberty's taken care of.
It is tough for me to believe that Lucia still holds that position, given everything she's seen. Some people, they have a hard time changing their minds once they've been made up about a thing. I don't know how we're going to handle that. And probably what we're going to do is unequip her before we make the final move, I guess. Alright, just a bunch of junk. Yeah, my suspicion is that that Angela getting involved would be a bad thing all the way around, because she's just going to do what we're going to do, but less effectively and less intelligently. So I hope she just lets me handle it. It sounds to me like she thinks she's the one in charge here, which I have a bad feeling about. Yeah, man, maybe we want to... Maybe we want to just bounce Lucia off the team right now. We could go just pull a ranger from HQ to replace her. I mean, I like Lucia, but she's got useful skills. Maybe we can talk her around on this.
Team November, this is Ranger HQ. The Brainiacs in R&D just showed me some of the wild stuff they're done working on. You should come take a look when you're free. Over and out.
I mean, I guess we may as well. We were just at home. Feels like these breakthroughs could have been... We could have talked about this stuff just minutes ago, but okay, fine. Who knows? Maybe it'll be something really significant. So at this point, I suppose, the core issue with Angela Death's constant interference is that she wants to betray the Patriarch little bits at a time so that he has time to notice what is happening, whereas I think we should betray the Patriarch all at once right at the end, like a smart person. But I think at this point, we're close enough to the end that it probably would not be a big deal to just put Liberty down. Right, like, by the time the Patriarch knows that we put Liberty down instead of arresting her, like, the way he's going to find that out is us telling him, the same way he's found out about what happened to all the other kids. And by the time we're having that conversation, it'll already be at the end of a gun barrel, so it's probably fine. If it'll keep Angela from interfering, it's I think, worth doing.
Sure.
Alright, what do you got? I'm assuming it will be at the bottom of your inventory. It's a fancy bow? It looks like a bow. Cut a swath of carnage in a wide area of effect. This is another 4 AP weapon, which I do like a lot. And we have lots of money. I see no reason not to buy it. And then I guess that's it, right? That's the only new thing at the bottom of the inventory. Alright, let's actually look at it in context here. Alright, so 342 to 500. It's not energy damage, which is usually going to be a good thing. I do wish that I had a better idea of, like, what wide area of effect means. Like, if it, it could say on it a range or an angle, a number of degrees it will cover. But it seems like it's probably good. So this is 383 to 527. So this is going to do more damage against flesh, because flesh has that 30% reduction from the energy damage. But it'll do less damage against things that really matter. I don't actually know if it's worth it. I don't actually know if it's an upgrade. And it does sort of just look like a big industrial crossbow, which is weird. I guess let's try it. Well, let's at least give it a chance, see what that harvest thing does in practice. And I think we're going to stick with the Discobot hood ornament. And with that, I feel like there's not really a lot of other reason to hang out back here, right? Let's just go back to the world map. So I've already forgotten where we're supposed to go to to hunt down Liberty. It's fine. This is why we have a mission log. When I play CRPGs, I usually, at least back in the day, I used to just have I had a notebook that was always by the computer, because how else am I supposed to remember stuff? The Yuma County Speedway. Was that something that was told to us? So that's just going to be the Scorpatron. I don't know where the Yuma County Speedway is, do I? Okay. It's that thing, all the way over there. Well, I guess let's get to it then. Yeah, my biggest concern is that if we try the arrest Liberty option, bring her home, and then kill all the Buchanans at once, that the game will have Angela Death intercede because we're not doing her plan because we didn't kill Liberty on the spot. So we will probably just kill Liberty on the spot here and try to prevent that from occurring. It's really hard to know with CRPGs sometimes, and this is not a problem that's unique to Wasteland 3. It's really hard to know what the game is going to consider you going along with a plan. Sometimes the logic on these things is it's very finicky. Alright, I'm not interested in fighting waste worms. That sounds like a terrible time. Have we been over here before? I feel like maybe this was an area where the radiation chased us out before.
November. Come in November. Do you read me?
MK1. Who is this? And how are you on my secure channel?
I'm on your side, November. A friend of Saul's, if you know what I mean. And I know where you're headed. Now hear me out. When you get to where you're going, gas up at the garage first. I'll find you there and give you the sit rep. And don't worry, you can't miss it.
Okay. Yeah. How will we contact you?
I'll contact you. MK1 out.
Again, we have this thing where, like, I feel so powerful that I'm not afraid of ambushes. So even if it is maybe a bad idea to just trust this random voice on the radio, I reckon we'll be able to fight our way out of it. So let's go ahead and gas up at the gas station. I'm assuming he means, you know, once we're actually loaded into the map, right? There is a little bit of space out here, but we know that... Did we go to the abandoned oil well? Let's do that first. It might be nothing, or it might be a place that we've already checked out. But I am curious. Oh wait, was the abandoned oil well the place where there were all those people just mysteriously standing in a circle around a thing? Yeah, that totally is what it is. Well, you know what? Let's go in here real quick and see if anything's changed. We do need to figure out what the hell the deal is with this place. I suppose we could just start shooting, but that feels unnecessarily murderous. Not to say that I only murder when it's necessary. But, you know, I try not to kill for no reason at all. And none of these people have anything to say to me. Okay, and then the game crashed again. And it crashed so hard it took out my my audio mixer with it. And I had to restart a bunch of stuff just to be able to record this outro. So that is probably, I think, a good place to stop for today. When you come back next time tomorrow, we are finally going to be hot on the trail of Liberty Buchanan, and hopefully things are going to go just a little bit smoother. And we'll see you then.